Today is Monday, April 22nd, and this is Citrus TV Now. I'm Cora Mayer-Costa. Here are today's top stories. A man has been arrested after a 12-hour standoff in Eastwood last night. 38-year-old Dekandal Quist barricaded himself in an Eastwood home with weapons around 1 p.m. yesterday. Officials say police shot tear gas into the home, forcing Dahlquist to exit through the second-floor window. He was arrested around midnight and charged with criminal possession of a firearm and weapon, robbery, and having an out-of-state felony charge. Police say he may face other charges related to the standoff. He is now being held in the Onondaga County Justice Center on a cash bail. Onondaga County Sheriff's Deputy Michael Husak's funeral service was held this morning. Thousands of first responders gathered at the New York Fairgrounds to honor the fallen law enforcement officer. Deputy Husak died last week in a shootout. His wife gave his eulogy and spoke of his love for service and helping others. A mass was held after the procession. Newhouse professor Terry Anderson, who taught in the early 2010s, has died at 76. Anderson was a journalist and one of America's longest-held hostages in Lebanon during the 80s. He was held hostage for nearly 7 years. After returning to the United States, he gave many public speeches and taught journalism throughout the country. After retiring from teaching in 2015, he settled on a horse farm in Virginia. His daughter says he died due to complications from a recent heart surgery. Tomorrow afternoon, a reading with a Gazan poet is being held in Byrd Library. From 3:30 to 5, Yahya Ashu will share his writing with students. The event is hosted by the Women's and Gender Studies Department at SU.
Coming up on the Now, if these sunny skies and breezy temperatures are here to stay, all that and ahead, stay with us.
If you're buzzed and doing this, to make yourself feel okay to drive,
ZWX.
you're not okay to drive.
YGKLVW. Regular you.
Following the recent arrests at Columbia University, police have now arrested pro-Palestinian supporters at a Yale University encampment. Officials say prosecutors have been camping to urge Yale to divest from Israeli military weapons manufacturers. Officers gathered at the protest earlier this morning, issuing a warning for students and journalists to leave or they would be arrested. According to a Yale statement released this morning, about 50 Yale students were issued court orders and then transported to a Yale police facility. Students were charged with first-degree criminal trespass, a misdemeanor, and then released. New Haven police say they have no plans to make arrests against nonviolent protesters. Also, due to pro-Palestinian protests on campus, Columbia University has moved their classes online. The Columbia president says the school would move classes online for the day in an effort to, quote, de-escalate the rancor and give us all a chance to consider next steps. These protests have continued since last Thursday. Now, looking outside today, we were sitting under blue skies. It was really beautiful. Now, our Luke Welch has more on if this lovely weather is here to stay. Luke?
Well, Cora, the only thing I have to say is enjoy it while you can, because we may see some rain systems come in over the next few days, but those higher temperatures are going to come along with it. If we take a look into our temperatures right now, we've been sitting in the mid-50s all day with those calm winds sitting under 5 miles per hour, making it feel just a little bit cooler, but nice and breezy. If we take a look into tonight, we're only going to be dropping around 10 degrees maximum, so if you do go outside, you're going to need that jacket. You might even need a coat, some layers as well, because we're going to be dropping into the mid to low 40s. However, those clear skies are here to stay. We're not going to see any precipitation throughout the day, but if we take a look at this midweek forecast, we're going to see it start to be introduced on Tuesday and Wednesday. It's going to be a mix of scattered showers and some sun, and those temperatures, they're only going to fluctuate. Tomorrow going to be a little bit warmer. However, Wednesday and Thursday a little bit colder until we get to that weekend, which is going to be pretty warm. I'll have your full 5-day forecast on Live at 6. But Cora, what's coming up on the news?
Well, Luke, coming up on News Live at 6, our Tyler Oldana will be reporting live from the place of the standoff last night, giving us more details on the police response. And that's all the time we have for you today on the Citrus TV Now. For more of the latest, follow us at Citrus TV News on X and Instagram. I'm Cora Mayer-Costa. The news continues in an hour with Maddie Selk and Bradley Hoppenstein.